Okay, well, it is now the Monday after that massive fucking snowstorm, and, I did some off-camera resource grinding and farming. The resource grinding got me the upgrade for the backpack. The farming built me this farm, got me a whole ton of stuff on it, including reaching a very high level on the farmer's workbench. I don't know how many tiers there are left. I don't have anything locked right now. Wait, no. Palm sapling is locked. Which is annoying because I need golden wood, and palms are the only wood of that type that I've found so far. So I'm going to have to go out and collect those. But before I do that, I kind of want to expand this house a little. Now that I've moved all the farm space over here, I've got more space to work with right here. So, what I'm going to do is expand this real quick. I'm just going to knock this wall out, extend it out this way, and see if I can make a decent kitchen space so I can consolidate my food and all cooking stuff to that area, and then have more space here for other shit. Then, I don't know, I might add a little something upstairs, because there's a lot of ceiling space up here. And once I add that extension out there, I could easily knock this out and make a doorway and basically build something on the roof out there. Wouldn't be difficult. But then there's all this space up here. I don't know, I feel like I could do something with that. Because it feels like a little too much. I might be able to put some kind of loft up there. I don't know, we'll see. For now, though, I want to focus on knocking out the kitchen. So, let's get that done. Forgot to mention that I managed to get some chickens. And when I built a coop for them, once I got my farming thing set up enough, for some reason when I released one of them from the crate, it turned into a desert chicken, despite the fact that I didn't catch one in the desert. It's weird. Upside, it looks like they've left some eggs for me. I should get those shortly. But I have a lot of resource movement to do right now. Gonna consolidate all of the raw soil and stone blocks down here real quick. Just gotta figure out where I'm putting them all. Okay, moving that saved me a lot of space here. Now I just need to... Shit, I stashed all my building materials for this away down there. Oh, time to fix that quick then. Windows are in. Alright, well, I've definitely got to get more redwood before I can finish what I'm doing up here. This is looking pretty good so far. Just gotta go and collect some maple. Well, this cozy space is just about done. Just need some lighting for up there, and there we go. 2 good light sources in the kitchen. Some nice lighting up here on deck. Okay, well, the water physics in this game are still a bit funky, so this appears to be about the best I can do right now, but hey. It's functional and comfortable. Now to just finish up downstairs with the kitchen and getting everything moved around. There we go. And double doors leading to the deck. Very nice. Kitchen's mostly done. Just need one more thing. Okay, doesn't seem I can make an iron door. What can I do with the shale? Dark temple door. Not quite what I'm looking for. Can't do anything with the ice either. Ice log. I can do stuff with ice log. Alright, I'll make a couple of those. And then some shelves. Okay, that didn't work properly. There we go. If only there was a chest variant here. There's no good chest for it over here either. I'll have to use normal ones. But it'll do. Not enough room for the shelves in there, though. Shame. I've got plenty of space for storing food, managing all my cooking. That'll be real nice in there. I think I'll make one addition yet, though. Oh, right, another of these in here would work nicely. There we go, now it's a complete cooking space. Excellent. Okay, that's looking good. And my cooking station can access all of it, no problem. And now my crafting space is more consolidated. My kitchen is looking great. Bedroom's slightly improved. The deck out here is a very nice addition. Oh yeah. I'm happy with this. And next up, I need to make a teleportation hub. So the question is, where am I going to put that? Hey, if you're this far in the video, maybe consider leaving a like, a comment, and subscribing to the channel. And if you really want to help me out, consider following the link below to check out my book. I also do commissions, so feel free to contact me for that over any of my socials. Now, I'll let you get back to the video. I should probably put it down these steps here. Build it down here near my basement for easy storage whenever I come back from a distant area. So if I dig this out to be a bit more circular, I could make, and then try to wall it in, make it look a little ritualistic. I can design it so that the south-facing part has the desert portal and uses desert materials around it. The north-facing part will have the north-facing part will have the portal to the tundra and have its materials built into it. Then the eastern one will have the volcanic materials, and I'll figure out what I'm doing with the other one later. And eventually, as I expand to having multiple places in multiple desert and tundra areas that I want to have easy access to, I might even make a secondary, buried, incredibly well hidden teleportation hub that's split into multiple sections so that I can easily have basically the gates here to each biome, leading to an entire secondary hub of multiple gates for each of those. Simple enough concept. Execution is the hard part. Apparently, exposing all of this dirt and gravel is also causing these white spiders to surface. Hopefully all the lights I put up after building over this area I'm digging will prevent more of them from spawning. This rate is also looking like I'm going to end up completely using the shovel by the time I'm finished here. I have no intentions nor need to go wandering down this cave, so I'm gonna just block it up with dirt to make sure I have a half-decent foundation beneath what I'm building here. Of course, I need to get more dirt, but I've got a lot to dig up here yet. But it looks like I've gotten down to the point of making the circular foundation of this soon. Apparently goblins are spawning on the surface now because of me doing all this digging. The hell? Okay, well, it took half an hour and an entire shovel, but I got the landscaping for this build done. As soon as I finish filling in this hole with some of the dirt I just dug up. Overall, though, I'd say we are prepared to start building our teleportation hub. Just gotta gather all of the supplies I'm gonna need for this and figure out what exactly I'm doing for this build. I know it's gonna be circular. I know it's gonna need to be considerably large. And I need to build a better staircase here, but I think I'll save that for after I have the hub built, so I know exactly what size I can work with for that. Or at least after I have the general circular outline of it figured out. So, while I'm managing the farming here and taking a short break from that speed build, I guess I should answer the latest question that was asked of me in an episode. So, Kat asked, how do I name my characters? And that is a rather difficult question. I have always had a lot of difficulty with naming characters. It's actually one of my biggest weaknesses as a writer. And from what I've heard from other writers, it's apparently a fairly common weakness. For me, it usually takes me a good long time to come up with a name for a character. I'll come up with the concept for them, and then it'll take me ages to come up with a name, and I've got two main methods for it. One is just trying to come up with something that I feel matches their personality. Sometimes it'll come to me at random. A couple of times it's been fairly quick if it's something simple and a character I'm not taking too seriously. But a lot of times I'll come up with certain parts of their character arc and personality and just the things I intend to do with them, and then try and look up names with meanings that fit them for that. For example, in my books, in the Control series, and for those of you who aren't familiar with my writing, no, I don't mean the Control game series. This is the book that I keep mentioning in the mid-roll and outro of every episode. See, there's a character in there called Brooklyn. After her adoption, she was renamed Brooklyn Applebaum. I'm not presenting her birth name at the moment. Yeah, so the name Brooklyn, I believe it's Gaelic in origin, and it literally means broken land. And the way that she uses her two potential nicknames off of that perfectly describes her character and her arc. Because with most people, she insists on them calling her Brooke. But then with Scott, she's perfectly fine with him calling her Lynn. And there is indeed a deeper meaning to that. She has a lot of self-esteem issues. Ones that largely stem from her family history. A lot of it stems from survivor's guilt. And, well, that does cause some significant problems down the line, I assure you. But, with her insisting that most people call her Brooke, in the translation of her name, that would technically mean that she's insisting that everyone in her life call her Broken. But with Scott, she's perfectly fine with him calling her Lynn, meaning land, the complete form of herself, stable. Obviously, this is in reference to generally what his presence does to her, how she feels about him, how he makes her feel. And yes, there are indeed many romantic connotations to that, but if you read the book, it's kind of obvious, so that's not really much of a spoiler. But because of her self-esteem issues, the progress with that is also rather slow going. But eventually, her insistence on being called Brooke will fade away. She'll eventually start sticking to Lynn. Eventually, she'll start to feel complete, whole, functional. And her use of her name will represent her progress with that. So really, that's just one example of how I manage character naming. But I don't want to give away too many examples right away, because, you know, I want to leave plenty of mysteries for my readers. Brooklyn is just one that's kind of easier to get. And one that doesn't really give away any plot aspects related to her character in the process of explaining them. But you can definitely expect a lot more out of my characters regarding all of that. It's going to be a fun process. seeing how my readers figure out what's up with these characters and adapt to them. Thanks for watching, guys, and please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Envoy of Kairos for many more videos, ranging from gameplay to speed paints, my original Pokemon region, game concepts, and much more. And do try to remember the words of Kairos. Embrace every opportunity to better yourself and the world. You never know when a leap of faith will change your life for the better. See you again soon.